Welcome back to another drawing session of The Raven. Today, I've got to finish the big fat panel, and then I can go back through and start inking and doing some of the backgrounds with the inky, and that should pretty much be it. I do need to double check to make sure that I'm happy with the continuity of the one character. I think he's okay. When I looked at it again, when I go to ink it, we'll figure that out, I suppose. So that's enough yapping. Let's get to drawing. So today, for the Raven, I have two, like I said, this is kind of a spoiler one. If you don't want to see this, or I don't know, whatever. If you're watching this, you probably don't care about spoiling. It's just the process, right? I have a big scene that I have to draw. Well, it's drawn, but I need to tighten it up. I think it's this one. Yeah. This is where things go horribly wrong for her. This I didn't bother doing too much with the tree. I was actually going to have this sort of lit in a campfire because she's, she goes missing or whatever, and then they come back and they find her at the campsite because they don't know where she went. So anyway, he decides, my thought process is that this serial killer decides to kill her. Like he just launches her up on a tree because she's trying to fight him so he can take care of the other two. But that's just my thought process. What's actually going down? I don't know. You tell me, because I have no idea. So, I mean, he's not completely wrong necessarily. Neither one of them are really, well, his hands are a little large, but not really a problem necessarily. It's more that they need, like, his legs here don't make any sense, that kind of thing. And I'm trying to remember what I'm going to go back to the second page so I can see what I did. So the outfits they're wearing. Okay, so he's wearing sort of like a plain shirt and a pair of pants and like hiking shoes. And he's going to be wearing more or less boots. I just kind of lazily drew that when I drew this. But he's wearing a belt and like a V-neck style shirt. His is more, make sure that I'm correct on that. Yeah, his is more rounded and his is more V-necked. That was way too close. So this guy's wearing like a crew neck style shirt, and then he's wearing more like a V-neck over here. Simple differentiation for the characters, nothing crazy. And of course he's bald headed and he has hair. So that's the biggest difference between them. Otherwise, for the most part, this isn't terrible. I don't like his cheek line here. Again, this was drawn super fast at the time. So I'm looking to see if I can, if I could just add on to the character that I have here. Let me see what I have here. Well, that needs to be merged because that is a hot mess. Rather erase it than deal with it being a separate layer. So let me make sure I didn't screw anything up. Okay, and this guy has a pair of jeans on and that fit just right. All right, so let me see if this is, yeah, he's on the same layer. So really his jean line could come out a little harder than that. And his buttocks separate a little bit much here, right? So his jeans would be sort of falling in that range somewhere. Like he's not wearing skin tight butt jeans, So then I'm gonna try to get a decent sized brush, hang on, for erasing. Yeah, that way I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, it's a little too far down. Let's see. So it's gonna kind of do one of these numbers, right? Between his legs, his jeans. And I'm gonna put like some pockets on his jeans so it feels more like jeans. I'm not trying to go too hard with the details of his jeans necessarily either. He's a little wide. All right, so I'm just gonna have him kind of standing straight, but I, kind of in a, how do I describe this? He's kind of terrified, So I was trying to do something along those lines, but so his jeans are kind of stretched out from the way they do standing is what I'm trying to do. Not loving the way that looks. Hang on, yeah. All right, I guess I am going to have to give him an imprint of a buttocks. Otherwise, it doesn't make a sense to my brain. Look at that sweet tushy. Okay, and then it's a little, I think he's too off-centered. Hang on. Not that matters too much, but I'm going to do it this way. So even though, he's got jeans on, I'm going to make it like a little bit more apparent that he has some kind of structure to his pants he's wearing. I think that's all right. That's all right. His other leg's a little bit too small, I think. I'm going to go out a little wider here to give him the quad. He's supposed to be a big guy, so it makes sense. And also, like, his jeans are kind of folded a little bit, is what I was going for right around here. So it's just the way your jeans are sewn and stuff, they have that look to them. They're supposed to flatter your booty. Isn't that right, Rosanna Marie? She's the resident expert about the clothes, you see. Yeah, so I don't like the size of his legs still. And maybe his pocket doesn't look quite right. Hang on. Let's fix this up a little bit. I keep looking at his tushy, and it's just not gonna, it's gonna keep messing with me. So his legs are meant to be a little wide. His stance is wide, so this actually does more to give you the feel of which direction those pockets are facing. Like it seems like it's forcing my eye to think that he's standing more twisted than he is. So I'm gonna fix that up. I think that's okay. All right, we go back and ink it, then it'll be tightened up. And yeah, he's wearing let's see here, a long sleeve shirt. That's what I had decided on. So this is basically correct. I mean, he's not wrong necessarily. Okay. However, his jawline doesn't make sense. He's kind of looking upward, I guess. Like his eyeline is this way, his jawline's here. but he should still have his jaw coming down, even if this comes up, he ball hit it, but still. I honestly think that that's okay. I just need to tighten his legs up too, and I guess he's wearing jeans too. I mean, why not? I'm gonna have to do the same kind of treatment to his booty. My wife keeps laughing at me because I'm saying booty. I mean, it's what it is. It's his booty. Am I wrong? I mean, they're always showing like SpongeBob with a booty, Don't leave me hanging, Rose. She got her headphones on, don't she? Yeah, you have your headphones on? Never mind.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
That's funny. No, I'm just talking to myself. It's no worries. His tushy is too small. Let's put it down here. I was making him be taller than him too. Like he's going to be a pretty tall guy compared to him. Sitting down there about the same height though. So it's more that he's standing in front of him, I guess. But that's a little low. So let's just cut this up. So his glute would be in here, right? So his jeans would come down more or less in here. I'm actually going to pull his shirt line down because he seems like it should be a little lower than what it's at right now. And then I'm just going to erase that really quickly because that is hard to look at. There's a lot of mess going on. I initially drew this with black pencil on here, well, digital pencil, and which is fine, but it's easier to go back over into the blue. And oh, you know what? Also, this one should come down a little like that from the front. Yes, that's a little more believable, I guess. Oh, you know what? I did this circular thing. What I was doing too is that his shirt is supposed to be kind of bunchy, like it's tucked into his side. But even he's a big guy, he's got a little bit of weight on him. But I was trying to make it like his shirt is kind of wrinkled up, like it would be if he has it tucked in and been sitting down and stuff out in the wilderness. And then of course to make this look a little bit more genuinely pant-like, just kind of break it up a little bit. And everybody's pants are different, but I like a looser pant leg. I don't know much how. That way it looks a little bit more like a loose fit jean that he's wearing. I don't know if it's going to give off that feel or not, but that's what I'm going for. I don't know where this color green came from. This is cyan that I'm using now, of course, but this one that I'm using here, I don't know where I picked that from. Yeah, see, I don't know. I don't like, that's too much. Nah, that ain't gonna do it. I don't love that. I mean, it's not that important necessarily, but I was trying to make it look a little bit more interesting than that. Folds in the clothes, things like this at his knee. That's kind of more what I was going for, I guess. A little bit more of this and that. That looks a little better, I think. Although maybe this would be better like that. And his knees out a little far. All right, tis a little better. And just trying to draw over a little bit his body just a little, because it's a tight fitting shirt, but it should still kind of flow a little tiny bit, just to feel a little bit more organic is my intention. That's a little better actually. I think that's probably more what I should do with his. He looks like he got them girl cheeks, got them claps, got to tighten that, loosen it up a little bit. I think would make more sense. I think the hip is too wide too. Let me flatten him up a little bit. That's better. He looks too much like a female's figure like that. Flatten him up. Take away some of that gushy tushy. You know what I'm saying? Bit much. Gotta give him a flat butt. I was trying to make him a little wider because he's a thicker guy, but that's all right. I think it's a little more real. His is a little skirt light looking. I'm fixated on the butt here. I think I'm just gonna think that's gonna be pretty good. So what I need to do now is come back through and ink everything and then make sure everything looks tight, and that should pretty much do it. I do think his hands are a little big, so I'm gonna fix his hands real quick, and I think that's pretty much the whole shebang. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this. I'm gonna come back through and try inking everything and seeing if I can keep the continuity of those characters while I do it. And I'll just do as much as I can at a time. I'll try to do it maybe a page at a time, see if I can get it done. If I do it a page at a time, it's gonna take me a month, but it is what it is, isn't it? So I will catch you in the next one. Peace.